This is Waylon Lewis, elephantjournal.com, in front of the brand new Patagonia store on the historic Boulder, Colorado downtown Pearl Street Mall. It's a beautiful, cool, early spring day and first day of farmers market. We're particularly excited about Patagonia coming to Boulder, not because they advertise, not because they pay us to be excited, but because Yvon Chouinard, the founder, is one of our idols. When I was a little kid, Magic Johnson had a poster on my wall. Now Yvon Chouinard, if I still put posters on my wall, would be on my wall. Why? Because he pioneered organic cotton in 1994. He pioneered clean climbing back in the 70s. He's a man of integrity. He doesn't search out the limelight, it searches him out. And Patagonia was co-founder of 1% for the Planet, which donates 1% of net, not just profits, every year to local environmental causes. They call it their Earth tax, the cost of doing business on planet Earth. So we're going to go check out the Patagonia Who's Who. Pretty psyched. They're finally here in Boulder, Colorado. Took them a while. What are some things Patagonia does? We already talked about 1% for the Planet, how that's an example. Patagonia co-founded it, the Earth tax. What else do you do?
Well, from our very beginning, we gave 10% of pre-tax profits or 1% of sales, whichever is greater, to environmental organizations, grassroots environmental organizations.
So not just national environmental organizations, but local.
Right.
That's great.
And because we really want to give back into that community directly as possible, as much as we can. The other thing is our products. We have products that are made out of organically grown cotton.
And you actually, I'm sorry, pioneered that, right? In '94, Yvon Chouinard, you all did a kind of audit and realized that cotton was the worst product environmentally, having the biggest impact. So they kind of pioneered the organic cotton in California, and now it's, you know, it's huge. You can get organic cotton almost anywhere.
Exactly.
That's
and that's
great.
another part of our mission, is to make not only to make the best products with the least harm to the environment, but to inspire others to do the same. We also have a garment recycling program that now we'll accept worn out capilene products, organic cotton t-shirts, and fleece, which will be thrown back into the cycle, so we'll end up with new products made out of the same
So if I
products.
wear out my clothes, I can just donate them or return them to Patagonia, and you guys will make them into new clothes?
Yes.
Wow.
So that reduces the amount of landfill and the amount of raw materials that are needed to make new products.
You gotta count as hard.
Let's get this over. So I'm here with
This
Timmy
is
O'Neill,
incredible.
the long-awaited interview. We've been asking him for years.
Wow.
Let me tell you about who he is. I'm not going to try and be funny around him because
Tell
he's
me
going to
about
outdo me.
myself, would you?
Well,
Yeah.
Timmy O'Neill is America's most outrageous climber. He's set gobsmacking, in quotes, speed climbing records from Yosemite to Patagonia, and has been at the cutting edge of sports for over 50 years. Doesn't look that old. He is a world-class slackliner, renowned building 15, sorry.
15.
Building solo climber, dangerously fast mountain biker.
Oh yeah.
And that's not all, ladies.
Not
So-
even the beginning of it, actually. Oh yeah.
So
No,
I
that's
saw,
pretty much it.
yeah, high five. So I saw your underwear commercial for Patagonia.
Is this like the international
That was
symbol
awesome.
for underwear? You're like,
Underwear. So what was that? I'm just trying to get the camera down there.
Got it.
So what was that all about? What's up with Patagonia underwear?
You know, that was about the Common Threads program, and that essentially is recycling capilene underwear. Patagonia is the #1 producer in the outdoor industry of capilene underwear. So basically what it is this company called Teijin in Japan created this process with Patagonia where they're able to take used capilene and use polyester clothing and turn it back into the raw material.
That's
and
fantastic.
produce brand new clothing out of it.
Is it kind of smelly or it
No,
works
no,
out?
they're totally remove all of the scent,
Right,
like any
right.
smell or any scent like that. No skid marks, nothing at all. I mean, I know. Would you like to have this smell or the scent?
Yeah, I mean, if it's an option, you know.
If it were an option, you
Yeah.
would check that box.
Yeah, because it
The
makes me.
underwear box. Ding,
Yeah.
ding.
Yeah.
This is the empanada. It's delicious. Most people use the spoon, but if you're just going to have one bite, you can do the full dip.
I wake up, my shoulders cold. I've got to leave here before I go. I pull my shirt on, walk out the door.
So tell me about, I know you did this build out of this historic, beautiful building here. You left some of the brick exposed. What else did you do that is kind of about eco-integrity?
Well, we use low VOC paints, which emits less toxins into the environment. Where we needed to do some insulation, we did insulation with no formaldehyde. The lighting that we used is highly efficient in that it doesn't let off a lot of heat, and the energy lasts 3 times longer than a typical halogen bulb. We also have natural lighting, which also allows us not to have lights on as often as long as we should, or as we could. The fixtures are reused. Some of them are made from, taken from factories in the Midwest. We use bamboo wood in our hangers and in our fixtures. Bamboo wood, as you know, is a sustainable wood because it grows and it renews itself very quickly.
Yeah, and I was saying some of it grows a foot a day in China. Yeah.
And then on our cash and rack, we have embossed tin that's recycled and reclaimed wood from other parts of the building when they went to redo this. So whenever we go into a building, we like to try to build out as much environmental components to it. With this building, it's been really nice because it's already been restored and already, move-in ready.
So I'm here with the man, the legend, the Mark Wilford. And I'm just studying up on him on, they prepared Patagonia.com, stuff on all their famous ambassadors. So try not to be modest for a second. What are you famous for?
I guess mostly for just all around climbing, all the genres of climbing.
Climbing up mostly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Falling down occasionally.
Yeah. That's my specialty.
Right, yeah.
You've probably heard of me.
Yes.
Falling down. So yeah, here you are, Mark Wilford. You're considered one of the most proficient and diverse alpinist rock climbers in the world. Not bad.
I didn't write that.
Yeah. Your wife did.
Yeah.
What are some of the climbs you've done, and why are you a fan of Patagonia? Why do you represent them?
Well, I've climbed locally. I'm from Colorado. I'm native
cool.
of Colorado, and I've climbed up in the park a lot. I did a winter solo ascent of the Longs Peak, the east face of Longs Peak.
By the park, you mean Rocky Mountain National? Or?
Right.
Right.
And, I've done a fair amount of soloing over the years. I soloed the north face of the Eiger.
Dumb question, soloing means you're all alone on the Eiger? Or? Wow.
Right. So
Yeah.
I've done some climbing in the Himalaya, but I've done a lot of bouldering, high bouldering, free climbing, mostly trad type climbing.
And what's trad? Traditional?
Traditional climbing.
Yeah.
So, placing your own gear and that sort of thing.
So we work with Elephant Journal, and we're particularly interested in the intersection, among other things, of environmental responsibility and business, and sustainable business. So why did you choose to kind of align yourself and represent Patagonia?
Well, I've worked with Patagonia for a long time, and they have been innovators and leaders in a lot of the environmental aspects of outdoor industry.
And in the case of Patagonia, underwear and clothing generally, you have to have cool packaging. And Yvon Chouinard and some others thought that was just silly, that was crazy. It was bad for the environment, they got rid of it. And basically, all you have is like a rubber band for a lot of this stuff. How does that carry over into a lot of the clothing?
Not only do we want to be stewards for the environment, but we also want to encourage others to do the same. We also realize that anytime you're in any kind of business, that we waste. There are things within our business that aren't 100% less impactful to the environment. So what we wanted to do was to launch a program called Footprint Chronicles that uses a transparent means of communicating how we get our products from point A in conception in the designer's mind to the floor, the store floor. And so it's chronicled in a few different products. We're taking a few products at a time because it's quite extensive to figure out where it is and how it gets there. But we feel that it's important to, air the warts as well as the things that we learned that we're doing well. And that in that transparency, the honesty will hopefully encourage others to do the same, and that we will all then be adding less waste to this environment that we're all trying to protect.
I know Patagonia has been very involved in fighting drilling in Alaska in terms of global warming generally. I know you all do make some clothing in China, and what's your approach there?
Well, unfortunately, in China, you can't get away from manufacturing there. They're highly technical, highly skilled people. What we try to do in China is make sure that we're working with the factories that are looking out for the rights of those workers, so that they're not working 40 hours a day, that there aren't child labor, that they have breaks, that they're treated well. So that's part of our whole social compliance.
And how do you test that? How do you supervise
We have on-site auditors that we hire that will go into the factories frequently on a couple quarter. Actually, they've upped their visits to a few times a quarter, I believe it is. So that we're in there, we're in the factories, we're checking things out, we're nosing around, poking around, and in the last few months that we've done this and ramped up our efforts, we've realized that the producers, the people in the production facilities have actually partnered us in a little bit more and trusting us and bouncing ideas off of us and trying to make the best product with the least harm for their employees and for the environment. We manufacture all over the world, so China's one of them.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Vicki.
Okay, thank you.
We're going to cut it all.
Okay.